What's up, fuckers, and welcome back to another rebuild here on NBA 2K21 Next Gen. Today, going to be doing another one of the trading every player rebuild today using the Denver Nuggets. Now, before we do get into this one, I know it has been a minute. I know I've been uploading like 3 videos in the past 2.5 weeks. It's my bad. As I mentioned, while I was home over winter break, I'm at school. I get busy. It's stuff that, I really can't avoid. I can't push off. It is what it is. So I get as many videos out as possible. When I can record one, I do it. I'm recording one literally after I just wrapped up my night class at 9:15. So, yeah, currently Wednesday. Nothing has happened. The trade deadline is tomorrow. Hopefully you guys will probably be seeing this around the deadline. If anything has happened, with the Nuggets, obviously I'm doing them. And that move has not happened yet, in this video. It's because I'm recording this prior to that. If anything happens throughout the video, we get a Woj bomb at some point, I'll obviously update you guys. But also, before we get into this one, we're on the road to 30K. If you guys could stick around a while, maybe hit that sub button, I would appreciate it. Let's see if we can hit 150 likes in this video. And as always, feel free to comment any other video ideas down below as well. So, if you guys don't know how these videos work, basically it's as simple as, to explain it simply, it's exactly as it sounds. I have to trade every single player on this team, and at no point in time am I allowed to bring them back for literally any reason. I don't care if they're involved in a trade. I can't sign them to be even like a bench piece that doesn't even get any minutes. So it sucks trading Nikola Jokic. It's not every day you do get to use him. He's my current pick for MVP. But unfortunately, we will not be using him today. Obviously, a great one of the better young guards in the league, in Jamal Murray, Michael Porter Jr., who I think has a ton of potential. Yeah, Millsap, I was actually a little surprised they re-signed him, past offseason, but, there really weren't many great options in free agency. So, yeah, pretty much no. Gary Harris fell off a cliff. I would have liked to use RJ Hampton a little bit. That sucks. And obviously, Bull, just becomes a monster in 2K randomly occasionally. So, before we do get into this one, I'm going to switch some positions around, maybe try to get that trade value a little higher. Also, my eyes are closed the entirety of the trade, so I have no say in the trades whatsoever. So, I know you guys like it better that way anyway. So, let's get into it. So I decided why not. Let's start this one off with a bang. We are trading the best player in the NBA, or excuse me, the best center in the NBA, the best player on our team. It is unfortunate because it's just I want to use him, but it sucks. So I have not gone through all the trade offers. I really didn't want to see some of the worst ones, but we will see. And we're going to stop this in 3, 2, 1. That is who we're going to be getting for Nikola Jokic. I have not seen it yet, and it is Nikola Vucevic and Evan Fournier. Oh, God, we're swapping European centers here, but, the talent level just isn't even close whatsoever. So, it sucks, but, it kind of makes these videos a little bit fun. So, let's see if I can package Murray and Porter Jr. together. We still do get 14 offers. If we only had, 2 offers, I probably wouldn't do it just because that is a little bit unfair. But let's see what offer we do get here for these two. 3, 2, and 1. And we get Paul George and Shaquille Harrison. Okay, well, that is probably one of the better options that I probably could have gotten. So, Jamal Murray, Michael Porter Jr., and Monte Morris. I didn't even throw them in there, but as you guys I'm sure know, sometimes 2K does go ahead and throw some players in the deal that, you don't really put in there originally. So, Paul George, obviously going to probably be our _1 guy throughout this entire video. I don't really foresee myself trading for anybody bigger. And then again, probably not, money-wise, we're pretty much tied up with these two. And even Fournier is a pretty big contract. Also, rule of this is I cannot trade anybody, after I trade. So, if I wanted to trade Evan Fournier, now that I picked him up from Orlando, I cannot do that in at least the first season. So, he's a free agent. Millsap, Michael Green, going to be these next 2 guys. But again, super excited to get Paul George on board. He's hopefully going to be our, star player for this video. And next one, 3, 2, and 1. Nasir Little and Robert Covington. Okay, nice young piece here in Nasir Little. I definitely think he has a little bit of potential. Rocco, obviously more of a 3-and-D kind of guy. Isaiah Hartenstein was on this team, correct? I think, oh my God. Okay, I'm pretty sure he was. Just give me a sec. I know he is, but I just need to confirm. Sometimes when I move positions in a guy's overalls, switch, it kind of confuses me. Yeah, he's on the Nuggets. Okay, we're going to go ahead and trade these two right now. I'm sorry about that. It just, I cannot remember where every single player plays at any point in time. So, 3, 2, and 1. Malik Monk and Vernon Carey Jr. Malik Monk's probably going to slide in. That's, actually, no, we have Fournier and George. So, I was going to move George to small forward, obviously, at this point. But, yeah, I forgot about Evan Fournier, so he'll definitely be starting. Malik Monk's probably going to be our 6th man here. PJ Dozier, along with Facundo Campazzo. Names and me just don't go well together. 3, 2, and 1. Ish Smith, Isaac Bonga. We're getting into the trades that, are not really going to matter along the lines at any point in time at this point. So, I'll try not to forget anybody. Hampton. Is Zeke Naji on their team? I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't want to, because I know he's young and he can develop. So he is, yes, he's on the team. Okay, I'm glad I looked it up because he's young, he can develop. If he was 38 years old and 72 overall, I wouldn't do anything about it, but he could definitely develop, so I don't want to piss anybody off. 3, 2, and 1. Call the walking lesbian. How does it happen to me so often in these videos that... son of a bitch. All right. Who else is left here? I believe we have Bol. Was Isaac Bonga really on this team? I'll just do him, Verno Kennedy Jr. and Kankar. If Isaac Bonga was on this team, it's my bad. I'm just not going to trade him. 3, 2, and 1. Trey Lyles, Drew Eubanks. Trey Lyles actually coming back to Denver, interesting enough. So, I am going to move Paul George to that starting small forward spot. That was a pretty obvious move right there. He will probably not have a backup. And okay, let me go ahead and set this lineup. So something that I am allowed to do is I'm allowed to sign free agents, and I currently have a 73 overall starting. So I think Isaiah Thomas is probably going to be too much money. Yeah, he is. Shabazz Napier is probably more within our realm of possibility. So welcome to Denver, Shabazz. You're probably going to be our new starting point guard, if I am being honest. So what I did realize, we also have a lot of forwards off the bench, which is, not exactly ideal. Morris probably not going to be getting any minutes. Neither is Trey Lyles, if I'm being honest. We really don't have a backup center, which kind of hurts. We could give Drew Eubanks some minutes. Like, do I really want to, though? Not particularly. I mean, Morris is here. It is unfortunate Paul George is also going to get a backup because Nasir Little will definitely be playing a little bit, probably around 10 minutes a night. Do they not want Shabazz to start? They really want Shaq Harrison to start? You're out of your fucking tree if you think that's happening. So, we're going to drop Shaq Harrison probably down to around, actually, we're going to give him those 10. We'll probably bump up Nasir Little around there. 17 here. Malik Monk's probably going to go around 24. Vucevic needs to play a lot. Kuzma, I am going to still start Kuzma over Rocco because I think the potential is there. And is he a free agent after this year? Did they update his contract extension? Yes, they did. Okay, so Paul George, 37. Fournier probably like 34. And then we actually do have to give some minutes here. Not 34, but 32 there. I'll give 32 here. 25, and I'll just give an 18th here to Covington. So it's not the prettiest looking rotation here for your number one. It is definitely serviceable enough, though. I can definitely work with it. And, it's weird. If you haven't skipped at any point in this video, I did not trade Jokic for Paul George. I got him a different way. So that's how it's going to look. We're going to be a 9-man rotation here with Mike Malone as our head coach. So year number one, Shabazz Napier, Evan Fournier, Paul George, Kyle Kuzma, Nikola Vucevic. Bench unit's actually not that bad. Malik Monk, Robert Covington, Nasir Little, and Shaq Harrison. So no backup center is going to hurt a little bit. I mean, I get we're in a positionless NBA, but it's still going to probably hurt a little bit. But worst comes to worst, Trey Lyles, 6'9", Markieff Morris, 6'9". It's not that bad if we do need him. So that is it for year number one. I will see you guys at the end of the season, hopefully in the playoffs. So we wrap up year number one. We are in the playoffs. We are a 7 seed here in the Western Conference. Obviously a very good Western Conference, and we did, have an entire new roster. So can't really complain about that one too much. Kind of around where I thought we were going to be. So, whoa, Joel Embiid is your MVP. 27 points, 13.5 boards, 3 assists, 1 steal, 2.5 blocks. Pretty deserving stat line. The Melo Ball Rookie of the Year. I saw reported he possibly could come back now after that fractured wrist. Could be out about a month. That could be nice to watch. I mean, he's just been unbelievable. I mean, the hype has been, he's lived up to it so far as a rookie. So hoping it, continues. I think he's going to be really good in this league, though. Spencer Dinwiddie, 6th Man of the Year here for the Brooklyn Nets. Also see him in some trade rumors right now in real life. Will anything happen? Probably not, but you never know. Giannis Antetokounmpo, Defensive Player of the Year. I'm pretty sure he's kicking the teeth in of my Celtics right now. It's okay. Christian Wood, Most Improved, and then Doc Rivers, Coach of the Year, as the 76ers go 60-22. So we go 41-41, exactly 500. Typically, that's, on the verge of being a playoff spot in the Western Conference. We end up being a 7 seed, so maybe a little bit worse this year as the Western Conference as a whole. We're going to go ahead and check out some player stats right now on the year. Paul George, unbelievable campaign. The thing about Paul George is he's one of those guys that, ends up regressing on. It's like him, Jimmy Butler, DeMar DeRozan, and there's a couple more that you're just like, why? Like, why? Like, I get DeMar's overall can dip a little bit, even though I think he probably should have been an all-star, but he might not be on that caliber in 2 to 3 years. I'm just saying, I get it, but Paul George, he's very, very good. I don't think he should be an 86 overall by the time I end this video. Will he be? I don't know, but I've seen it before. Vucevic, unbelievable season as well. 20.5 points, 15 boards, 4 assists. I mean, really can't expect much more from him. Evan Fournier was even solid. Probably going to look at an extension in his department. Malik Monk off the bench, the walking lesbian. And then the rest of the squad here. So we do have a first-round matchup here with the Phoenix Suns. Go ahead and check out their squad. CP3, Devin Booker, Mikal Bridges, Rudy Gay's a new pickup. DeAndre Ayton, not bad whatsoever. So yeah, we're probably going to lose to them if I had to guess. Suns looking like a really good team this year in real life, and they do end up beating us in 5. I'm also thinking about doing a fantasy draft really soon. If you guys want to see any sort of what the fuck. Oh, I gave them Jokic. Okay, that makes a little more sense. Not that they're still a little iffy with the rest of that squad, but it makes a little more sense now. If you guys want to see a fantasy draft rebuild anytime soon, please let me know if you want just a normal fantasy draft rebuild or a Legends fantasy draft. Whatever the challenge may be. I mean, I can do a normal one. I haven't done one yet. But, you know, whatever way you want it, I'd be happy to do it. So, we're going to head up, not jersey retirements, to league meetings right now. I obviously always pretty much decline all of these. I already thought that was the rule. I say that every single video, but until somebody explains it to me, I'm probably not going to. So, draft lottery, I do not believe we're going to have any sort of pick in here. I'm not seeing anything whatsoever, you know, favoring Denver. So, we're just going to go ahead and skip it right now. The New York Knicks end up with the first overall pick. They're looking like a great year. They're having a great year in real life right now. So, Hunter Taylor, we're not a big market team by any means. Mike Malone has some good enough ratings. There's not a, so here's the thing. As you can see, under training right now, if you look, I don't know why I'm pointing like you're next to me. Under training, everybody's a B plus or, you know, lower. There's no A. So it's no matter what, B minus or B plus, it's still 2 untapped potentials to training camp. So I don't really see a reason to go ahead and probably try to get anybody new at the moment. I'd actually maybe like to look into some new assistant coaches like Owen Taylor, just some guys that are a little bit cheaper, you know, is not a big market team. Might not be a bad idea, and we can't even afford both of them. So we get John Longstaff, and then Owen Taylor. Can we afford you? I guess we can. So that's going to be the staff I'm going to go with. Again, didn't do a bad job. They got an entire new roster, and we ended up being a 7 seed. Not that, you know, we really had a chance to win, but you know what I'm saying. We're going to now head up to the draft, see if we have any picks. We do have our own pick in the first round, pick number 17. Could I maybe trade up? I could. I feel like I do that a lot. Yeah, I should do. Yeah, whatever. I'm probably going to look to trade it. You know, I haven't, it's been a minute since I've just, you know, traded my first round pick in a video. I feel like I always tend to either trade up or just, you know, select somebody that I'm really never going to use. So we're going to go ahead and do a pick swap with Oklahoma City right here. Not really end up drafting anybody, which is fine by me. So team player options, Nasir Little's definitely coming back. Drew Eubanks might be able to get a pick for. I don't know why it's not automatic that, like, Nasir Little's coming back. He's 22 years old. What was it, $2 million? I don't care how bad he played. Like, he didn't even play bad, but I'm just saying in general, I don't care how bad he played. Like, unless he was, like, absolute ass, you got to give him the qualify or pick up the team option. So Malik Monk's definitely getting that qualifying offer. He balled out for us, even, you know, coming off the bench. I believe it was around 15 points a game. Obviously not the best free agency class whatsoever. I'm probably not going to be signing anybody. I'm going to hopefully get Fournier back if I do have those bird rights, which I do. He wants a decent amount of money. I'm going to try to, you know, cap him around 20 mil a year, maybe try to match it up with a bigger contract at some point in time. And then I wouldn't mind giving Malik Monk a real contract as well, just because, again, I do think I could potentially go ahead and use him in some sort of trade at some point in time. So we do get Fournier back. I'm not renouncing the rights on Malik Monk, but pretty much everybody else is free to go. I really don't think I need anybody else. Malik Monk's going to get an offer from the Hawks. I'm going to go ahead and match. That's actually a pretty decent deal from him. Hopefully both of those go through, and they do. So let's take a look at this bare bones roster right now. We do need to work on the point guard spot. That is, you know, without a doubt, absolutely true. Power forward spot's probably the second, you know, biggest thing. And then Vucevic is obviously kind of locked down to that center spot, and then Paul George not going anywhere. So I think I'm going to try to get a first-round pick for Drew Eubanks or just something. I cannot wait to get Kyle Kuzma out of here. I'm going to send him to Mars if I have to. And so, yeah, we're going to figure out a trade, and I'll see you guys in that next move. So we're going to do this deal here with the Philadelphia 76ers. Malik Monk and Nasir Little going to head over to Philly. Tyrese Maxey, Terrence Ross coming over here to Denver. Tyrese Maxey's obviously going to be our starting point guard. I'm picking up Terrence Ross because I think he definitely could be, you know, either a nice bench piece or I could trade him and keep Monk. One of the two is definitely getting moved because Fournier honestly played great for us. We obviously don't really need 3. Oh, wait, I just traded Malik Monk. How fucking dumb can I be? I don't even get it. I meant that one of these two is going to get traded. Probably Terrence Ross and probably Kyle Kuzma because I'm going to try to look for an upgrade at the power forward spot. Sometimes I just forget what I do. So Tyrese Maxey had a great rookie season. As you can see, 14 points, 2.5 rebounds, 4.5 assists there in Philadelphia. So super excited to get him in here. And obviously he's on a pretty friendly contract, if I do believe so. Yes, he is. He's locked up on a rookie contract the entire video. So that's another perk of having that, and hopefully he progresses into the mid-80s at the end of the video. So we're going to work on that next trade for a new starting power forward, and I'll see you guys with that move. So somebody who's been having an unbelievable season, breakout year in real life here, is Julius Randle. I'm going to see if it's possible for me to pick him up. I'm going to trade Covington just because I moved him to small forward. He actually goes up higher. Not that I'm a big fan of Kyle Kuzma, as most of you know. But I just think, you know, I can keep him. He's a little bit younger than Covington. Maybe he'll develop a little bit. And we actually do have a decent amount of picks here. So I'd be willing to give up pretty much 4 first-round picks for Julius Randle. I think he'd be kind of one of those key final pieces for us. Will it go through? Probably not. And wow, it actually does. After 4 first-round picks, we were able to pick up Julius Randle. Kind of probably going to be our new number 2 next to Paul George. And I'm super excited about that pickup. I mean, obviously here in 2K, you haven't seen his updated stats on this year. Oh, wait, yes, you have. They actually do update it. He's been absolutely balling out for the New York Knicks this year in real life. That is the only way to say it. I'm very happy for him. And I'm pretty pumped about this team right now, if I'm being honest. I think Fournier definitely has been playing solid for us. I don't see a reason to, replace him right now. So I think at this point in time, we need a backup point guard, shooting guard, and a center. And then we will work on that, obviously, right now. We're not going to have a ton of money in that department. Center spot. The center's always weird. There's really never anybody here that's that good. I think TJ McConnell would be a good piece off the bench for us. Maybe he can kind of go ahead and, bring a decent veteran presence to the team. Damian Lee, I'm actually surprised I can get on a minimum deal. And we do. And now we are into the center department. Not going to be anybody great. Who's probably the youngest guy here, I guess. I think I'm just going to probably... I'll go with Vincent Poirier just because he's only 27. I know he does regress a little bit, but I think Boban's honestly going to regress more, if I'm being honest. So the bench unit is probably going to be something we do focus on, heading into the third and final year. But I do believe this starting five is pretty much locked up at this point. Very excited to see what this team can do, and I'll see you guys the rotation at the start of year number 2. So year number 2 here. Very excited about this team. As I mentioned, kind of working in the department of getting some guys that I do not get as much, example, Tyrese Maxey, Evan Fournier, Julius Randle. I get George and Vucevic a decent amount, when I can. But these are, these 3 guys in the starting lineup that I don't get a ton. They're actually, I think, going to be pretty good for us here. So, year number 2, this is how it's looking. Tyrese Maxey, Evan Fournier, Paul George, Julius Randle, and Nikola Vucevic. Head to the bench unit. TJ McConnell, obviously a stud defensive player right now. Kyle Kuzma, the walking lesbian, Damian Lee, and then Vincent Poirier. So, we will work on these, final 2 here, hopefully next offseason. But I think as of now, they should be probably kind of fine. But yeah, I foresee this team, again, being a playoff team, hopefully maybe in the 3 to 4 seed department this year, but we will see. Cross that road when we get there, and I will see you guys at the end of year number 2. So year number 2 comes to a close. We are second here in the Western Conference. Didn't quite catch the record before the year ended. 6 here in the power rankings. Luka Doncic is your MVP. Almost 31 points, 8.5 boards, 11 assists. Definitely well deserving of the MVP right there. Cade Cunningham, Rookie of the Year for the New York Knicks. I believe Pistons fans all over the world are hoping they end up with him, along with, I believe, Oklahoma City fans. Those are the 2 I've seen the most on NBA Twitter. Precious Achiuwa, 6th Man of the Year for the Miami Heat, player backup center to Bam Adebayo. Jonathan Isaac, Defensive Player of the Year. James Wiseman, most improved, looking like a stud over there in Golden State. And Steve Nash, Coach of the Year. They go 58 and 24 over there in Brooklyn. So we are 52 and 30 right now. As I mentioned, a 2 seed. We have a tough matchup in the first round with the Lakers. We're going to check out some stats on the year quick. Paul George led us in scoring. He's down to an 89 overall. This is what I'm saying. The dude averaged 26 points last year, and you drop him down 3 overalls, 2K. Just how it works. Evan Fournier was second in scoring for us. Again, real no reason to trade him. He's playing super well for us. I know the overall doesn't look as good, but if the production's there's really no reason not to. Julius Randle, super solid. Nikola Vucevic took a dip in the scoring department, but similar numbers in the rebounding department. Tyrese Maxey just hopefully can keep developing, and I don't really see a problem with this starting 5. I think if we work on this bench unit a little bit, I don't really think there's going to be a problem. Obviously, Kuzma's going to score. It's basically one of the things he can also do decently well. But yeah, hopefully McConnell played some, pretty good defense for us, and obviously, maybe facilitate the ball a little bit. And yeah, we're ready for a playoff run here. We do have the LA Lakers: Quinn Cook, RJ Hampton, LeBron James, Anthony Davis. Montrezl Harrell is the starting 5 there for the LA Lakers. Would not be okay. We win in 5. I was going to say would not be surprised if we lost. Also, I just noticed this. Is it always Seth Curry in the background? Is that always a thing? I actually don't know. I just haven't even ever noticed that, if it's for weirdly Seth Curry. We got the Warriors here in round number 2. Obviously one of the best point guards in NBA history, the current best point guard in the NBA, and Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Andrew Wiggins, Eric Pascal. James Wiseman. It's an interesting 6 seed. I definitely didn't think they'd be a 6 seed, but we win in 5 again. Us and the New Orleans Pelicans. Devontae Graham, Lonzo Ball, Brandon Ingram, Zion Williamson, and Bobby Portis, who's also torching my Celtics right now. And we win that one in 6. Moving on to the 76ers. Simmons, Thibault, Nasir Little, Tobias Harris, and Joel Embiid. So we did take Tyrese Maxey from them. They took Nasir Little from us. Let's see how these NBA Finals go. And we actually end up winning, I believe, in 7. Nikola Vucevic gets a ring, is your Finals MVP. Definitely not think that would be happening in year number 2. But nonetheless, we get it done. So I'm very happy with this team right now. The pressure's, a little bit relieved as for me right now. That's one of the dumbest rules of elimination I've ever tried to see. We're just going to go ahead and reject all those. So draft lottery, again, I do not believe we have any picks in this. I'll just show you guys it real quick. Not seeing us. Looks like the Rockets are projected number 1 via Detroit. And, wow, they fell to 5. That sucks. All right, staff signing. There's really no reason to move on from Mike Malone. We just want a finals with him. I'm going to go ahead and try to get an A trainer, though, because that is definitely something we do need. And then we will just hopefully get this guy as our CFO. I don't really care. So we're going to head up to the NBA draft right now. If we have our first round pick, actually, I probably traded it for Julius Randle, I'd imagine. So yeah, no picks in this year's draft once again. This was a pretty veteran team, if I'm being honest. I think, we're at a solid point right now where I don't really think we need to draft anybody anyways. Poirier, thank you for your service. Unfortunately, you are no longer needed here. Free agency. Free agency. If we take a look at this team right now, there's no glaring needs, obviously, in the starting lineup. Julius Randle's a free agent. Did not know that. That is definitely a big one. He definitely probably wants the max. So I'm just going to go ahead and give it to him. He just won a championship. The dude absolutely balled out for us, and then we're just going to focus on the bench unit. So that's a trade exception. So welcome back to Denver, Julius Randle. I actually saw some rumors about that in real life, but now I think he's just playing too well at this point. Basically, for the Knicks to trade him, it wouldn't really make sense for them right now. So I'm sticking with Maxey and Fournier. It's not a backcourt that you've probably ever seen, in one of my videos so far. But I'm rolling with it. So we do need a new backup shooting guard and a new backup center. We will hopefully get, both of those. KCP's an option here. It's center department, like an Alex Len. Also, I'm not looking to sign him, but I just want to see if they did. Did they take Myers Leonard out of the game? Because they should if he's in here. I don't want anybody to think I'm trying to sign him. That could have came off bad. Okay, if they didn't, they definitely should. So I think KCP would be a good addition right here to this team. Maybe bolstering that bench unit just quite a little bit more, and then we're probably not going to get a great center. We can actually still get Alex Len. Okay, not that bad. And so I really didn't even make a ton of trades in this video, if I'm being honest. I don't really see a reason to. I mean, Kuzma hasn't been playing bad for us off the bench, like 8 or 9 points, 4.5 boards. Like, I don't really see a reason to. All right, so maybe I could look to trade Alex Len. How is he? Did that say 26? Oh, 29. Okay, I was going to say, there's no way he's 26 years old. So, maybe for a new backup center. Again, I'm probably not getting anybody great. He is on a minimum contract, so there's really only so many guys I can trade him for. It's basically just picks. I wouldn't mind Vernon Carey Jr. Wait, was he on this team in real life? Was Vernon? Oh, my God. I want to make sure I don't do something dumb right now. Is Vernon Carey Jr. Vernon, is he on the Nuggets right now? No, he's on the Hornets. Okay, I'm going to trade for Vernon Carey Jr. I think he's going to be, he's going to develop just a little more nicely. I think Alex Len is going to regress, so there's another trade for you. So that's the squad I'm sticking with. I'm excited about it, and I will see you guys at the rotation at the start of year number 3. So third and final year, the rotation is all set. The starting 5 does remain the same. I thought Tyrese Maxey was honestly going to progress a little bit more, but again, really no reason to trade him. I mean, he's in now a starting lineup with all All-Stars. Not that he wasn't, with all All-Stars, while he was in Philadelphia. He just wasn't starting, so it's a little bit different from his rookie season, compared to what he did last year for us. So I can't expect a huge change. The overall thing for us hopefully could have gone up, but I don't really care about overalls. I care about, progression and if we actually win or not. So starting 5 remains the same. Tyrese Maxey, Evan Fournier, Paul George, as I mentioned, down to an 87 overall. I think I said 86, but still, it's ridiculous. Julius Randle and then Nikola Vucevic. Bench unit, TJ McConnell, Kyle Kuzma, KCP, and Vernon Carey Jr. were our 2 new additions. Hopefully they can both play pretty well for us. So that is the team we were obviously looking to go back-to-back. I will see you guys at the end of year number 3. Third and final season does come to a close. We are once again a 2 seed here in the Western Conference, up to 2 in the power rankings. I believe we were actually 6 last year when we closed out as a 2 seed. So good 2 seed. Trae Young is your MVP. So we got 3 different MVPs today in today's video. 33 points, 3.5 rebounds, 12.5 assists again. Very deserved. Victor is your rookie of the year. It pretty much happens every single time. I still do not have a good 2022 draft class, so I believe it's going to stay that way because I believe if we override it, yeah, there's like, it's like, yeah, what is this? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's only so many options. So if anybody has a good 2022 draft class, please comment it down below on PS5 or the PlayStation Network. You know what I'm saying? Precious Achiuwa, 6th man of the year. Jonathan Isaac Defensive Player of the Year. I believe those two won those 2 awards last year. Sheriff Cooper is your most improved player. Do not know much about him. He's out of the 2021 draft class. I'm going to be honest, I don't know much about him, but good for you. Kenny Atkinson, Coach of the Year. Who's Kenny Atkinson coaching for? Also, we won 48 games. What? Okay, I don't really care that much, but we're still a 2 seed. But wow, the West took a little bit of a dip. So we're going to check out some player stats right now on the season. Paul George still leading us in scoring. There he is, 86 overall. I don't get it, man. Nikola Vucevic, Julius Randle, Evan Fournier, Tyrese Maxey. I mean, again, I really do like the starting 5. I think it would actually mesh pretty well in real life, if I am being honest. I believe we actually beat the New Orleans Pelicans in the West Finals last year. They looks like they've fallen off to a 7 seed. Looks like a very similar starting 5. But again, don't really know what 48 wins is doing as a 2 seed. Really also didn't know we were, lined up to get 48 wins. We're now facing the Phoenix Suns, who we also beat last year. Sharif Cooper. Oh, was it not Sheriff? Was it Sharif? My bad. Devin Booker, Kent Bazemore, Kyle Anderson, and then DeAndre Ayton. Kyle Anderson up to an 82 overall. Good for him. Let's see, and we end up putting that one in 5. Moving on, else in the LA Lakers. So I believe these are all 3 teams we played last year. Wow, Lonzo's back in LA. I didn't even notice that off the bat. I'm sure LeBron doesn't mind that. Really good ball facilitator right there. I actually really would not be surprised if we lost to this 4-seeded LA team. And we win in 6. Us in Miami here in the finals. Dinwiddie, Tyler Hero, Jimmy Butler, Blake Griffin made his way over to LA. Bam Adebayo. Let's see if we can go back-to-back and beat them. And we actually end up sweeping them. Paul George gets another finals and another finals MVP. So that pretty much wraps up this one. Again, I'm probably going to dive into a different video after this one. Not a trading every player rebuild. Obviously, I'm going to continue this series because you guys seem to like it every single year that I do it. But yeah, if you guys have any other challenges, anything like that, feel free to comment them down below. As I mentioned, I'm going to probably do a fantasy draft rebuild for my next video. So, whatever aspect you want to see that, make sure to let me know that down below as well. As always, if you guys are new around here, please do make sure to subscribe. If we can hit 150,000 likes in this, 150 likes in this video, that would be great. But as again, always, thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys all in the next one.